Diane in Denmark here. Welcome back. This is 3 things for your best life. I have done the thinking for you, and we're doing the same as we did before. 3 things. We're going to do something for our heads, something for organizing our week, something for our homes, keeping them clean, tidy, bit of decluttering, bit of organizing, and the last thing is something for you. And this week we're getting ready for, if you need a fresh start for this new season. Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed and you feel like you've kind of fallen off the bandwagon with your usual daily routines and your rituals, and you're a bit worried about this entering a new season. Even if you've not got kids going back to school or university, maybe you're just getting back to work. You want just to have your best life ahead, not have that struggle. So anyway, let's get into it. And as usual, maybe you want to grab a glass of something to drink, pen, paper. Maybe you do your planning digitally. But as I said, I've done all the thinking for you, and we're just looking at how we can have how you can have your best life, okay? And just a wee spot of planning. Ooh, and also don't let me forget then, I've got a wee freebie for you today. Ooh, what could that be? Anyway, back to the planning. So first up, I want you to look, at your diary, maybe you've got a wall planner. Just look see what's coming up this next week, the next month. I want you to take everything that's in your head, get it down on paper, because we've got all those things going on, all those things that we need to do, think about, organize. Get it all down onto paper and get anything that you can added into your diary, your planner. And I want you to think about, what's coming up, what have you been putting off, what can you do these next couple of days that's going to make the week or the month ahead easier. What needs preparing? And I'm thinking about, maybe you have stopped, maybe you always used to meal plan, and then things have slid about over the summer. Maybe you like the feeling of, when you wake up in the morning and you can get dressed immediately. Maybe you've been setting the alarm clock a wee bit later. Maybe you've been going to bed a wee bit later. So we're just looking at what can we improve here? Where can we improve that's going to make life feel a little easier? And if you've done the FlyLady system with me before, it's a system, just as I said, it takes away all the thinking for you. You just have to do it. If you've been doing morning routines or evening routines with me, if you've kind of fallen off those, I would really strongly encourage you to try and get back onto those this week. And if you have trouble identifying what needs to be in your morning routine or your evening routine, we're not talking about things that you see on the internet. I've got plenty of videos. I've even got a little kind of worksheet, and it helps you to identify what is it that gives you that momentum in your day. For me, it's making the bed, come down, coffee is ready, getting dressed for the day. So I feel like I'm ready for anything. It's probably different for you, but as I said, we build up these little routines. It's not to be another chore for us, but it's something that helps us, it's like the bookends of our days. And if you've been with me for a while, this is my 10th year on YouTube. You've probably heard me saying this before, but if you are leaving the home to work, going out to work every day, what I want you to concentrate on is your evening routine. If you work at home, if you are stay at home, if you are a teleworker, if you are working at home, if you're a carer, kids, whatever, I want you to work on your morning routine. I've talked about why in other videos, but anyway, that's my little advice to you. So this week we're just looking ahead. What have we been putting off? How can we prepare and make things easier for what is coming up? Right, let me go on to the next thing, because I know for a lot of you, you've maybe feel like you've been kind of fallen off the wagon with the house. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time like we have outside in the garden, or you've been on vacation, and now the kind of everyday, we're back into those everyday days. What about the cleaning and decluttering and the organising and the tidying? Well, it's all right. As I said, we've got a plan for it. I use the FlyLady system, and once a week we do a quick weekly upkeep clean. And let me just see if I can get the graphic for that. Let me see if I can move it. Oh my goodness, technology. Oh, there we are. Yeah, okay. And you're just going to, listen to a couple of songs or 10 minutes on a timer, and dust flat surfaces, just the main high traffic areas, okay, not the whole house. 10 minutes on vacuuming, or if you prefer to sweep, 10 minutes on doing your mirrors, windows, and I've got plenty of videos where I clean along with you if you like that kind of encouragement, the kind of body doubling thing. A quick mop, go through, newspapers, any kind of papers that end up beside your bed, whatever, taking the recycling trash out and changing the sheets. And listen here, you don't need to do it in that order. You don't need to do it all in one go. As I said, with your routines, it doesn't need to be the perfect thing. Just go with what works for you right now. Okay, so you've got your weekly upkeep clean. That's the thing that keeps the house ticking along. And also, if I can encourage you to do some poopas at the beginning and ending of your day. What's a poopa? Pick up and put away. P-U-P-A. In the morning, maybe when you've got ready, do a quick poopa, pick up and put away things just for 5 minutes. Use a timer. I'm always talking about my trusty timer. Just for 5 minutes. And then, it's a noisy one. And then do the same thing at the end of your day, because quite often, if your house looks messy, it's because you're not putting things away. Try and put them away once you've used them, but if not, a poopa morning and evening. Anyway, on to the more detailed cleaning. If you're at the next stage, and I don't do detailed cleaning over the summer because we're working a lot outside, we're away, but now I'm ready to get back into the detailed cleaning. In the FlyLady system, we have zones for a house. Doesn't matter if you have a tiny house, a huge mansion, where the house is split into zones. And let me see if I can find this week's zone, which is zone 4, which is let me see, there we are, which is the bedroom, master bedroom. And you see there, I've got a list of things for cleaning and decluttering. Now, listen here, you've not to do that whole list, okay? Again, I want you to set a timer just for 15 minutes and do, 5 minutes, 10 minutes where you can. And I'll give you a few ideas of what you could be doing this way. I'll put the list up again. Maybe you want to screenshot it. These are all on my blog, dianedenmark.com. Also, for today's video, I'll put it in the blog post with the list here. But some things that you might like to do this week is, change the sheets, put away any clothes that have ended up hanging over a chair or at the end of the bed. Maybe clear off your bedside table. And, you don't need to be deep cleaning the whole house. Maybe just organize one drawer. If you've got a chest of drawers, maybe go through all your socks, underwear. Just get one little shelf or area organized, because it all adds up. And then next week we move on to something else. Same with the kids. Maybe you can make it a bit easier for them if you've got kids who are off to school. Maybe you can make it easier for them by, going through all their shoes. Do all the shoes fit? Are they all in one area? So in the morning, it's less of a struggle for getting dressed and on the way to school. So, just something that'll make your kind of life easier. And again, just using the timer. Okay, on to the next part, which is we did something for our heads, the kind of planning and organising. Let me know what that is going to be. I'm going to really get back into my my evening and morning routine, because I've been getting up a bit later and going to bed a bit later. So that's what I'm going to work on. For the house, for FlyLady zone, for the bedroom, I'm going to go through the bedside cabinet, because I'm pretty sure some things have ended up in there that shouldn't be there. So I'm going to go through that. Right, on to the third thing, which is you. Because if you are feeling the house is overwhelming, you can't face the thought of being back at work, or your mojo has gone missing, your spark has gone, you're not looking after you. And how do I know this? Because I coach people privately. I do one-to-one coaching. And that's the number one thing that comes up, is that they're not taking care of themselves. And I want to make it easy for you. Now, this week, and I'm going to put my hands up here, I'm beginning to feel that kind of, as the seasons change here in Denmark, I'm feeling a wee bit melancholy, because for us, the darkness starts creeping back in. Now, I don't know where you are in the world, but you can let me know what time sun-up, sundown is. But in Denmark in the summer, it is light, like this, until 11:30 p.m. in the evenings. And then it gets dark around midnight, and then 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning, it's light again. Now, we're now at the end of August, and the darkness is really coming back quickly. It's still bright in the mornings, like 4:30, 5 o'clock, but it's now dark by like 8:30 in the evening. And that just always makes me feel kind of melancholy. I've got the last of the hortensia. You can see that in the vase behind me. And I always think, oh, the darkness is creeping in. But on the other hand, this is the time when everybody is back from holiday. I start seeing friends, and we do things. We meet in the city, and maybe we're going to see a film or some stand-up comedy. It's the time where people are kind of, getting cozy at home, bringing out all the Hygge candles. Oh my goodness, it'll soon be, people will be talking about Halloween and Christmas. But we really need to embrace those changes. So maybe you're in the southern hemisphere and it's the opposite for you. But, you can get seasonal affective disorder in any season. But I want you to think about that this week. How can we kind of embrace the seasons changing? Maybe for you it is cooking some different foods. Maybe if it's getting really cold and dark where you are, maybe you put some different sheets, flannel sheets on the bed. Just something that's going to give you a wee hug, a wee hug in your day. And I just wanted to follow up, because last week I talked about, getting in touch with somebody I hadn't seen for a long time. I have planned outings with my friends Catherine and Holly and Angela, and I also need to get in touch with Sue and Erica to do some things with them. So just, connect with somebody else. That's always a great form of self-care. Maybe you need to, do your toenails, or look through your mug collection and start using the ones that you'd forgotten about. Just something for you, okay? And I noticed we had some brilliant comments last week. I don't know if you ever read through the comments on my videos, but there were so many good ideas of what you were doing for your self-care and what you were organising for your week. So anyway, please take a moment to think of your 3 things this week. It is, 3 things for your best life. That's what we're concentrating on, because your comment sparks something in somebody else. And I love that. I'm just trying to spark your enthusiasm here, that if you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm here to hold your hand and guide you through it. And we don't need much to get us going. It's once we do that first thing, getting up off our bahukes and doing a pupa, or actually looking at our diary, seeing what's coming up. It can be as small as that. And I just want you to have, a wee spot of brightness in your day. And one other thing, oh my goodness, I meant to say at the beginning, I've got a little freebie. I've got a freebie for you now. I don't do any sponsored products, anything like that. So it's not that kind of thing. I am going to be taking part once again, woo, in the biggest organising conference of the world. It's online, so you don't even need to leave your sofa. And let me see if I can put up a wee. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, okay. There you can see. Now it's happening September the 14th to the 19th. And I have a free ticket for you because I am one of the speakers, and I can get you a free ticket. Let me see. This one. Oh my goodness. Here we are. Is this it? Oh, there we are. Yeah, okay. And I'm doing a really good session along with Tasha from Get Organised HQ this year. But there are hundreds, literally hundreds of speakers. There's all different topics, things on wardrobe, getting organized. There is meal planning. There is stuff about midlife, retirement, decluttering. You all love decluttering. Money, finance, crafting. You know, I'm not good at crafts, but I love watching the crafting videos. I just feel I'm very kind of hygge and cozy. The best products for storage. You name it, they're going to be showing it. So anyway, you can get your free ticket from today for the whole conference. And you can just sign up. I'll put a link above and I'll put a link down below. And that will give you access to my session that week, plus all the other sessions. And I have early access. If you want, there's a pass that you can buy. You do not need to buy the pass, but you can get access immediately and watch all the sessions, should you so wish. But I've got early access, and I've started watching the sessions so that when the conference rolls around, I can tell you which ones to watch out for, okay? Because with 110 different sessions over that week, there is a lot of inspiration. Anyway, that's just a wee bonus for you today. If you're feeling like, oh, it's the new season and you want to organize all the things and improve all the things, Get Organised HQ. It's a brilliant week. So anyway, let me know what your 3 things are going to be. Let me know if you sign up for Get Organised HQ. Woohoo! Right. And I shall see you very soon. I post on my blog several times a week, so see you there, dianedenmark.com. All I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May your best life hygge be with you, and I shall see you very soon with a ra. Okay, bye for now. Woohoo!